Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. It's brought to you by the Detroit Lions on the Prowl and the Belly Up Sports Network. Today, we're going to look at BSPN and how they keep really kind of screwing us in the rankings, man. I'm just letting you guys know. But first, let me kick it to my main man, the Man of Steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. Hey, it's good to be here. We got a lot of stuff to get to, but first, it's time to go to the third man of the crew. Who?
Mike Jones. Who is Coach Mike Jones? What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby. All right, people. Now, this topic is kind of irking me a little bit, but the Detroit Lions' future doesn't look too bright according to the ESPN future rankings. What?
What?
What? We got 4 first-round. Curt, please tell me. Please, Curt, help me out.
Based on the metrics and the team that we have currently constructed in Detroit, they have a negative view on our talent pool. I understand that, what's going on with that. Their matrices are kind of off. They kind of remind me of the PFF stuff, where they're kind of looking at what's on paper, kind of analytical, looking at our future. Going forward, we're ranked 31st out of 32 teams for the next few years. We don't see that happening. On this panel, definitely do not see that happening. If you look at the coaching staff, the culture change, the front office, we've gotten tremendously better just offseason, just in those categories, which is going to me, I think is going to translate into better products on the field. We're going to get some better personnel here. I understand what they're saying. I understand what they're saying over at ESPN because we have what we want, but we don't have who we want. I've been saying this. That's why I have a tempered expectation of the team for this season. But we have some building blocks going forward. We have some good players in some good positions, and we have a great coaching staff to go along with those players. I look at us making the big jumps. I kind of have that Michael Brockers mentality. I'm not saying we're going to make the playoffs this year, but I can look at it where we have a good coaching staff that's going to make a difference. They know how to coach. They know how to communicate. And they're going to get the best out of the players that we have right now. But the next couple of years, we're going to start getting who we want instead of just what we want. We're going to get a receiver that has, good speed and good hands instead of just one or the other. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get we're going to start getting who we want instead of what we want. Jim, what you got?
Man, I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. BSPN loves to hate on the Lions. And I'm so sick of these people. My goodness gracious. I can see why they would trash us in the roster for this year. I can even see them trashing Dan Campbell because he hasn't coached and all this stuff, and that was one of their criteria. And I put 3 years, seriously, the power rankings, we're going to be just better than Houston? Are you kidding me? Come on now. The Bears are going to be in total rebuild here pretty soon. So is Green Bay, believe it or not. And Minnesota isn't wonderful. So what the hell are these people looking at? I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I can get it for this year, but when you tell me 3 years down the road, we're still going to be second to last place, BSPN, here you go. I can't even go there, man. I'm so I'm salty, man.
Yeah, listen. Okay, now I like you guys said this year. Yeah, you can put us at 32nd if you want to. That is not really a big quarrel with me. But when you think of 4 first-round draft picks, and then you think about the coaching that they have, the player coach that they have, it's impossible to even fathom that they would be that horrible. Like 4 first-round picks and player coaches like that just boggles my mind. So
yeah,
does me too.
I mean, well, and they've kind of those power rankings and things have kind of switched their metrics up a little bit. So it's kind of more, like I said, analytical. They're playing the money ball stuff with this, looking at PFF and things of that nature, that type of system. And I understand it, but I understand it from an analytical where they're going with it, but it doesn't make sense because with all the stuff you put on paper, it doesn't always translate to what's going on the field. And, that's always been our biggest gripe with sites like PFF or Pro Football Reference, or these future rankings and power rankings and all this stuff like that. It's all conjecture. You know what I'm saying? It's all what someone else. It's subjective. So I don't get butthurt about stuff like that, because it's most of the time.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if we head into 2023 season and we're still ranked 32nd, we probably gonna have to have a kind of a Matt Patricia meeting. We're gonna push Sheila Ford. We're gonna have to pull up on Dan Campbell.
I don't foresee that being the case.
No.
It's just and it's all future. It's conjecture. It's what someone else thinks. And you know what I'm saying? Like, Jim says, you can take that and go somewhere else with it.
Yeah.
I get it. All right, Mike, what you got for your news and rumors segment for today?
So on another note, well, this is from this is from one of our Detroit-based. So I can see why, but DeAndre Swift is predicted for the Lions to break 1,000 yards. The drought that we've had since 2013 and Reggie Bush when he had 1,006 yards. DeAndre Swift definitely has the potential to do that, definitely. But I just don't think he will do that, because that means Jamal Williams will have to play the same role as he played in Green Bay. And I don't think Jamal Williams left Green Bay to be in the same position as Green Bay. I just don't see that. So but if you look down, they predicted Jamal Williams to have 265 touches, 1,280 yards, and 8 touchdowns, which, hey, that's perfect for the West Coast system. I just don't believe that Jamal Williams will be in that same position he was in last year. I think it will be more of a Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson kind of a 600, here and 600 there. Maybe 800 for Swift, maybe 700 or 600 for Williams. But I just, I see what they're saying because of Swift's potential. He can catch up the backfield. He's a good runner, but and I like the positivity, but I just don't see that, man. I just don't see it.
Mike's not drinking the Kool-Aid on that one.
Nah.
I kind of am, because I think they're going to get a lot more touches this year. And I think that may equate to DeAndre Swift getting 1,000 yards. I actually think he could, and I think Jamal Williams will get somewhere around 600-700. Because I think that the premier back will be DeAndre Swift, and his backup will be Jamal Williams. And it's not taking anything away from Jamal Williams. He's an excellent running back. DeAndre Swift has got that jump cut explosion. And I think that if he stays healthy, I think he does. I think he gains 1,000 yards on that.
Well, good. I definitely hope so. I think the future is bright for our running game. It's just one of those things where I kind of share the optimism with this one. I think we're going to rely on the run game. I'm not saying it's going to translate to success in the wins and loss columns, but I think we're going to rely heavily on that running game, and it's going to predicate what we do in the passing game.
Yeah, I think he just. I mean, real quick. I just think he'll play more of a role in the passing game with our lack of receiver depth. I think he'll play a lot in that slot. I think he'll catch a couple wheel routes up the sideline. So I just don't see it in his future. But, maybe y'all see something I don't see. Y'all both got on glasses. So, hey, y'all can look into the future.
These glasses don't look into the future. They barely look at what's going on right now. So. All right. My news and rumors topic is safety position, which has been kind of a question mark for us. Who's on the roster right now? We got Tracy Walker, Will Harris, Dean Marlowe, CJ Moore, Bobby Price, D'Angelo Amos, Jalen Elliott, Elijah Holder, and Godwin Igwebike. I hope I'm saying that right. So we lost Jerron Harmon, who cares? And we lost Jerron Curtis. Actually, I care about that one. I thought he was fairly good last year. This is really tough. The starting positions, unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be Tracy Walker and Will Harris, although I think Dean Marlowe is going to give Will Harris a run for his money on that. And don't sleep on Bobby Price either, because I think he's going to be pretty good. But this is an area that sorely lacks talent, in my opinion. I think that I don't know. I think Tracy Walker could be okay this year, although he's had some problems last year. He's in a better defensive situation. They say this year. We'll see how that actually works out. But I think this is probably the weakest part of our whole team right now, and I really think we should be looking for veteran help. I know Dan Campbell said he's really happy with what we got and he's comfortable with what we got. But what else is he supposed to say? Oh shit, our team sucks. I mean, I mean, he can't. He's not going to throw his players under the bus. So I guess that's probably what that was about. But I just can't see them not trying to address this position when cuts start coming. But that's what I got for that safety position. What do you guys think? Also, we went past it, but the family discussion topic today is, what do you think of the Lions' future? Forget BSPN. We want to know what you think. Anyway.
The machine, man, you know, I don't have, like I said, it's just is all conjecture. But for the safety position, I think that with training camp being around the corner, I mean, you look at it, it's next week is training camp. So,
yes.
I mean, so next week is training camp. There's still tons of people out there that haven't signed. So I think that it's still something they could address. They have the cap space to do it. So you're looking at it. I believe that they might make a move and go out and grab one of those guys that's still out there on the board. You know, we have a lot of young talent. I think that the one thing that they may be trying to do is get younger, you know what I'm saying? So you can have some projected longevity going forward. So I think that's why they may be relying on that young talent, you know, and cultivate it. You know, you have two good secondary type coaches back there. You have Aaron Glenn, former All-Pro guy, and then you have one of the best guys in the league as far as secondary coaches are concerned with Aubrey Pleasant. So they're kind of seeing what they can get out of those guys. But I wouldn't be surprised still if they made a move right before training camp starts or even right after.
Yeah, I think it's talent evaluation. So they might not grab one just to develop depth in 2022 and 2023. So I understand that, Curt.
Yeah, because you look at what's his name, the one Johnson that went over to the Browns from the Rams. Nobody really knew who that guy was coming out of the draft. They kind of cultivated him and made him into the player that he is. They kind of like saw the raw talent and made him into a really good player. So we'll see how that transfers over to the Browns because, you know, not a good player isn't a good player at every stop.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I think that there's going to be much better quality safeties in the draft next year too, where there's a really good one coming out next year. And hey, if we nail him, and then we got Tracy Walker at the other spot, or we develop somebody, say Mike Will Harris does something this year, that'd be great too.
Jalen Elliott, yeah. So
somebody like that, Bobby Price. You know, one of those guys step up, and then we get this guy in the draft. Maybe that's what they're looking forward to. Who knows?
Yeah, I got 2 words for Will Harris. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? See ya. No, okay. All right. All right, next up, we have my news and rumors topic for today. Now, we're going back to the machine themselves. This says the Lions' offensive weapons rank poorly in league rankings. They rank again 31 out of 32. And the reason being is because look at the wide receiver turnover for the Lions. Now, you had a Hall of Fame running back leave the roster last year, Adrian Peterson. So you're replacing with a good and really solid replacement with Jamal Williams being the number 2 guy. Like Adrian Peterson said last year, Swift should have been the number 1. Actually really coming out the gate. He should have been the starting running back because of his name and stature. Adrian Peterson was a starter for most of the season, but he said, man, we should have put that guy in a long time ago. But I digress. If you look at their rankings and what they're looking at, you had their top wide receiver talent was replaced with not the same level of player. Of course, we take that Tyrell Williams. Hey, when healthy, he can be a really good, solid contributor in the wide receiver core. But you look at Brett Perryman, all the things that he's had. You have a lot of unproven talent in the wide receiver room. So
Brett Perryman's getting pretty old to be out there now.
Yeah, I mean, Rashad Perryman. I'm sorry. Rashad Perryman.
I'm messing with you.
Those Perryman guys, you know what I'm saying? I messed that name up. You know, hey, whatever. I'll keep it going. All right, so Rashad Perryman, you know, he has his struggle with drops because his dad did not do that. And you look at what's going on in that talent pool. It's kind of, you look at Ratley, coming in, and the other young gentleman coming over from the Browns. You have a lot of unproven, untapped talent on that wide receiver room. The longest tenured wide receiver on our roster is Cephas. I mean, you look at him, and he was never viewed as a number one last year. He was viewed as a third option at best. And then so you look at what we have in a wide receiver room. That's why we dropped down, because we have a all pro who's going. I'm calling it now. He's going to be an all pro tight end this year in TJ Hockenson. You look at the running backs. You have a solid, really good running back in DeAndre Swift, who has multi-talented. Like Jim said, he got great jump cuts, and like Mike said, he's a talented pass catcher out of the backfield. And Jamal Williams, there's not a lot of drop off when he comes to the game. It's pretty much the same thing. You look at it, they're pretty much equally skill set. So I look at that. Those two positions are really good, but the drop off is the wide receiver room. This is just the lack of name talent and then production as well. So that's why we rank, and that's why for this one I'm not as far as down on ESPN for this one, because hell, we've talked about the lack of talent in the wide receiver room ourselves. You know what I'm saying? The only one that stands out to us and to ESPN is the rookie Amon-Ra St. Brown. They say he's very talented and can make a difference for the Lions. He's going to pick up that kind of Cooper Kupp role for Jared Goff for this upcoming season. But that's a problem for our offense right now. Until we see them on the field and what they can produce, it's going to be an issue going forward for the next season.
Yeah, I'm just sick of how they have rose-colored glasses. We drink the Kool-Aid, we have hopium and all that stuff. I wish BSPN would stop looking through the shit-stained glasses when it comes to the Lions, because everything they look at seems to be shit for us, except the offensive line and Frank Ragnow. Other than that, they're just like, this team sucks.
And Hawk. Hawk was number 5. Man, Jim, you own one this morning.
I don't like them, man. But I
love your energy. Keep that energy, Jim.
Right, true. But we hope that Quintez Cephas was held back a little bit by Fatty Patty's system. Because maybe Cephas is just as good as he was in college, but we just couldn't tell because that the coaching and the playbook and then all of that last year. So Quintez Cephas has an opportunity too to step up as well. So
yeah, I've said all along, Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be our starting slot and is going to be a safety blanket, as is Hockenson, as is Swift out of the backfield for Goff. I think he could succeed in that. I still don't think they're going to win many games. I still got them from 5 to 7, but I don't like everybody else shitting on us. I mean, let us do that. Let the people actually know what's going on do that. All right. It's time to go to the comment cards. It's time to go to what you said about Monday's show. And we're going to start it off with Theodore Kerr. I think that's how you say it. Mm-hmm. I want to identify other than SOL. Me too. And help. Yeah. And please tell BSPN the same thing. That is on the coaching staff. Let's see a real winning culture. That's what I want to see too. And that was in reference to what do you want to see from this team this year?
Okay. We're going to Paul Tompkins. Man, Tompkins. Okay. Man, that's your cousin, Tompkins. All right, in 2021, I want to see our team with a chance to win games every week. I agree with that assessment. Players knowing their assignments. They didn't have that last year. A defense that goes on the attack and an offense with a strong running game. To sum it up, a strong physical. You know what? Paul Tompkins, you hit the nail on the head, and that's what I said.
Yes, he did.
I was looking for the upcoming season as well, because Lord knows they didn't know what the hell they were doing last season half the time they were on the field.
The 10 guys that were out there.
Right. Ryan Diltz, okay. He says, we might need those first-round picks to get us another quarterback, so I definitely wouldn't trade up any of our draft picks for a receiver right now. First, we got to see what we have with Goff, and I agree. I think that Goff he'll be our quarterback moving forward. I really hope so, because then we can use those 4 first-round picks for something good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Like defense. Or maybe a wide receiver. All right, Turner C. Burley. The only way I can see us giving up a first-round draft pick is to get a quarterback. Same sentiment. Which at the moment we don't seem to be in desperation for, but it could happen in 2023. I kind of agree with this because we just don't know what we have in Goff yet. We'll see.
Right.
We're hoping for the best, but we got those little first-round draft picks in our pocket just to make sure.
Definitely. All right, we go to D. Williams. Curt. Okay, now I'm gonna have to tell you this, family. Please spell my name with a C. Okay.
I told him in the comments.
I'm named after my dad. I'm a junior, but he called me Curt with a C, and that's why I picked the name Curt. I don't go by my full government name, but please use Curt with a C. It's not that, and I really don't like Curt with a K because that's Curtis Blow. But I digress. But Curt, I respectfully disagree with your take on OBJ. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion. I would not give up a first rounder for him. Okay, fifth rounder at the highest. You're not going to get OBJ for a fifth rounder. I would consider and don't think this team is in the current stage that needs him. Just say no. I agree with you 100%. I'm just saying, if there was a guy who was available at wide receiver that could help us, that was the guy I would pick. I understand what you're saying. I get it, but you're not going to get OBJ for a fifth. Man, there's no way in hell. Not with that contract. Not with his ability. You're not going to get him for a fifth round pick. That, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get a guy you're trying to go and get a Corvette with an EBT card. That just doesn't even work.
Hey, I totally retract my statements. Okay, if we can get him for a fifth rounder, we can go get him. I'm on that bandwagon.
Ain't no way you're gonna get him with brown dollars, man. If you old school, you know what a brown dollar is. You can't go buy a Corvette with a brown dollar.
That's that paper money. Sickens. Okay, Sickens. I'm a diehard Rams fan, and I'll say, the diehard Rams fan. Oh hell no! No, I'm just playing. I'm a diehard Rams fan, and I'll say, if the Lions are going to trade for a wide receiver, go for Brandon Cooks. He was the best wide receiver Goff has ever played with in the NFL, and the only true wide receiver number one he had to. I love Cooks, man. Guy has great hands, great separation, and his route running is top 10. I understand what you're saying, but Brandon Cooks is just he's starting to get on that long in the tooth type of thing. He's only been around for about 5-6 years, but he's been through a lot of teams. New Orleans, New England. I'm not sure if he was anywhere else besides the Rams, but I just, man. I feel what you're saying, but nah, bro. Nah, bro.
Just say no.
You know what? I mean, Brandon Cooks.
I like Brandon Cooks.
He works well with Jared Goff. I like the sentiment. He does work well with Jared Goff,
and he still has speed.
And Sicken, friend of the show, go over and check him out. If you like Rams, go over and check out Rams Showcase on YouTube. That's my guy, Sheriff Joe Baggs, Joe Branham. He does this thing. He's appeared on our show, with an interview. He's a really good dude and really great content over there at Rams Showcase.
Yeah, it is. Now it's time for my favorite part of the show. It is brought to you by Delightful Bites, the Dessert with Curt.
All right, so like Jim said, Delightful Bites is the sponsor of Dessert with your man, Curt. Hey, you'll get a delight in every bite of these cookies. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Plus some cookies for any occasions. Delightful Bite, get your cookie on. All right, today's definitely a bittersweet but definitely great thing to announce today. The Lions have announced that they have a new team reporter. Danny Rogers is coming over. She has been a reporter for ESPN 3. She's done some work with out there, University of Arizona, NFL Fox. She's done a good thing. She's a Michigander. Okay. So she went to the University of Michigan. She's an alum. She's worked for several outlets. And we'd like to welcome her back to the Lions. That's our hometown team. She said she likes it. She has a nice picture on her social media with her in a nice Lions t-shirt. But one thing is that you probably don't know, that most people don't know about her. she's coming over from an organization that we have a lot of people coming over from, just like Aubrey Pleasant and Ray Agnew and Brad Holmes. She is a former employee of the Rams. She was a digital media intern early in her career. So she knows some of the personnel, especially with Ray Agnew. And that's where Brad Holmes started, was in the media department for the LA Rams, well, St. Louis Rams back in the day. So welcome to the team, Danny Rogers. That is Dessert with your man Curt, sponsored by Delightful Bites.
Yeah, welcome again. Thanks you for coming over from the dark side over here to the light side with BSPN 3. Yeah, anyway, ESPN's got me in a mood today. I'll tell you what.
I see. It's okay, Jim.
Final thoughts for today. We are not going to be as bad as people think. We're not going to be great this year. We're not going to be wonderful this year. But I really do see next year and the year after that as us being NFC North contenders, also a playoff win, and I see us getting to a championship game and possibly a Super Bowl in 2023, 2024. Now, I can't imagine Brad Holmes screwing up 4 first-round draft picks, 11 draft picks in this next upcoming draft. Plus, he has free agency to be able to rebuild this team, and he can trade to get a quality star player. We are lacking star power right now. I understand that point, but you need to build the base before you start putting on the really nice windows and a really nice this and that. You got to build a foundation. That's what we're doing through the trenches. Guys, stay positive. We're positive about our future. And screw you, BSPN.
Wow. Hey, we got 11 draft picks next year?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Wow. My final thoughts for today are I just registered for July 31st and August 17th. If you don't know what those are season ticket holders only training camp appearances. I got 4 tickets to each. They gave us up to 4 tickets. So I'm excited. I'm excited for July 31st. I even took off of work for July 31st.
Dedication.
I'm dedicated. I'm about to be there with my notepad and taking notes. And I just cannot wait for that day. July 31st, August 17th, I'll be in the building and check out the Lions, man.
All right. Hey, my final thoughts for today definitely are I have to agree with Jim as far as we're not going to be that bad going into the future. I understand we're not gonna be, the wow factor this season, but we're going to compete and we're going to be tough and we're going to start to build a winning culture here in the Motor City with the
biting kneecaps.
Biting kneecaps. And it starts, with the front office and it starts with the coaching staff as well. And I like the way that new principal owner Sheila Ford Hemp is taking with the way that she's constructing this team. So, and then we're definitely going to talk about her at a later date. But definitely, you look at it. I like where we're going, and we'll see. I mean, but all the conjecture from ESPN and other media outlets. Sometimes even the good stuff, you got to look at that and be like, okay. So
take it with a grain of salt and throw it behind your back.
Yep. So let's we'll keep it moving. All right. So it is Wednesday. It is Hump Day, baby. Hey, whatever you do, hey, go and finish your lunch. But you know what you got to do first, right? Subscribe to the channel. Join the family. We don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We have family, and it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Now it's time to walk over to where? The Wall of Fame. All right, so first up, we have our bronze members. We have Detroit Drew, Midwest Lion, Bubble Bo, John Kapler, Sub-Z, Trap City Boys Entertainment, our Allen, Jimbo G, Justin 10K, Crystal Wiley, Tornado, the Latino Lion, Briar Stover, and Bo Gagrius. All right, going to our silver members. I hope I said that right. We have No Jason Porters, Cap Ice Cold, Batman of the 313, and John Martin. To round it out, we definitely have our Go members. We have Barb Corso. Did we do a name change? because it was Corso at first.
Yeah, his name is Krasowski now. It got
Krasowski.
lengthened. Yeah.
Okay. So Bob
Okay.
Krasowski, just in the D. Larry McQuiston, Turner C. Burley, friend of the show. What up, Turner?
What up,
Michael
Turner?
Huck, Pride
Michael?
74's new channel, Dominic Davis, Matthew Ferguson, Randall Flag 606, Randall Gibbs, Miles Gibbs, Randy Prince, The Gridiron Blitz, North End Ken. And you know who it is, the doctor. Dr. Detroit is always in to become a member of the Wall of Fame. Click the join now in the description or the Lions on the Prowl logo at the bottom of the screen. We almost forgot that. We got it.
We got it in though, Curt.
Yeah,
Good job.
yeah,
And the segue was really nice too, man. I just Curt, take us home, man.
All right, so hey, you know what you got to do. Join the family, because we just talked about those gold members. You know, they family, baby. So we don't have fans, we don't have viewers, we have family, and that's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Hey, go over and check out the new Lions on the Prowl shop. The link is in the description. Get yourself some Lions on the Prowl gear. If you want some Lions gear, go to fanatics.com. Get it right there. Click the link in the description. A portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content on this show. And don't forget to go over and get yourself some cookies at Delightful Bites. The link is in the description as well. Check it out over there. Big Cuz over there doing the good things, and tasty cookies are all about that Delightful Bites. And you can go over and check out some more content on BellyOutSports.com. The NBA Finals just wrapped up last night. They got audio coverage, and they have a tremendous MLB staff working. The playoffs races are heating up, so they have your coverage for that over there on BellyUpSports.com, plus all the off-season coverage of the NFL and NBA and the NHL. So BellyUpSports.com, go over there and check those guys out. Now, finish that pop, clean off your desk. You know what I'm saying? Get the napkin, wipe the crumbs off your mouth, and get back to work. And whatever you're doing in life, you know what you got to do. You got to boss up. Ball out and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, Mike and Jim, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.